Most people think wealth starts with money. It doesn't. It starts with thinking. You can give to people the same amount of cash. One multiplies it, the other loses it. Why? Because one has a wealth mindset, and the other only has a spending habit. The rich don't think about money as paper. They think about money as energy, a tool, a system, a multiplier. They know wealth is built, not found. And if you want to rise, you need to rewire the way you see money, time, and yourself. This is the psychology of wealth. Wealth begins with awareness. Most people live on autopilot. They trade time for money without questioning the trade. They work harder, not smarter. They react instead of plan. But the wealthy, they're awake. They see patterns others ignore. They understand how attention moves markets, how behavior creates value, how emotions drive decisions. The average person spends emotionally. The wealthy invest emotionally. The difference? When they feel fear, they study it. When they feel greed, they regulate it. When they feel desire, they calculate before they act. They treat emotions like data, not instructions. Because awareness gives you power, and power attracts opportunity. If you want to shift your financial life, stop asking, "How do I make money?" Start asking, "What beliefs about money am I still obeying?" The poor chase, the rich attract, not because of luck, but because they position themselves where money naturally flows. You chase money when you're desperate to prove something, to yourself, to others, to the world. You attract money when you solve real problems, build real systems, and provide real value. Money doesn't chase people. It chases results. That's why the rich don't waste time looking busy. They focus on leverage. They ask, "How can this work without me? How can this earn while I sleep? How can I make one move that pays me 10 times? The poor trade hours for dollars. The rich trade ideas for income. Because when your mind creates systems, your time becomes priceless. The wealth game isn't intellectual, it's emotional. If it were about knowledge, professors would be billionaires. But wealth requires emotional control. The rich don't panic when the market drops. They don't impulse buy to feel better. They don't attach their identity to every financial swing. They master detachment. Because detachment brings clarity. And clarity brings better decisions. Here's the truth. Every financial mistake you've ever made started with emotion, fear of missing out, fear of loss, desire to impress, need for validation. The poor act on emotion and justify it with logic. The rich act with logic and manage their emotion privately. You can't master money until you master your emotions. Because money is neutral. It simply amplifies your internal state. If you're reckless, it magnifies chaos. If you're disciplined, it multiplies peace. Ask a rich person what they value most, and they'll say, time. Ask a poor person, they'll say, money. The wealthy know time is the only currency that can't be refunded. They guard it like a secret. Every choice they make answers one question. Does this buy me more time, or does it steal it? That's why they automate. That's why they delegate. That's why they build teams, systems, and investments. The average person uses money to buy things. The wealthy use money to buy freedom. And here's the paradox. When you start using money to protect your time, you start earning more of both. That's why real wealth isn't measured in dollars. It's measured in hours of peace. The wealthy don't just make money, they become the kind of person who attracts it. Most people try to get rich without changing who they are. But you can't build a millionaire life with a survival mindset. Your identity sets the limit for your wealth. If you secretly believe you don't deserve abundance, you'll sabotage every opportunity that comes your way. The rich study their patterns, their fears, their self-talk. They build identities aligned with their goals. They repeat affirmations, not for motivation, but for programming. Because the subconscious mind controls behavior long before logic kicks in. They stop saying, "I want to be rich." They start saying, "I am the kind of person who creates wealth." That shift sounds small, but it changes everything. Because when you become the identity of wealth, you stop chasing proof and start creating results. There are only two mindsets in the world: scarcity and abundance. Scarcity says, if someone wins, I lose. Abundance says, if someone wins, it means it's possible. Scarcity fights for pieces of the pie. Abundance learns how to bake a bigger one. Poor mindsets compete. Rich mindsets create. That's why the rich collaborate. They share ideas, trade skills, and build networks. Because they know wealth multiplies faster when it's shared among the right people. Scarcity operates from fear. Abundance operates from faith. When you believe there's more than enough opportunity, you stop being jealous and start being strategic. You stop copying and start innovating. The wealth mindset doesn't see competition. It sees confirmation. True wealth isn't about money anymore. It's about peace. There's a reason the richest people in the world keep meditating, journaling, and simplifying their lives. They've realized something most people never will. Money can buy comfort, but it can't buy calm. The final stage of wealth is detachment. When you no longer chase to prove your worth, you stop needing approval. You stop performing for validation. You start living with purpose. Purpose gives money meaning. Without purpose, wealth becomes noise. That's why the richest people eventually turn their focus toward creation, art, innovation, impact. They no longer live for more. They live for better. Because at the end of the game, the goal isn't to own the world. It's to master yourself. Wealth isn't a destination. It's a transformation. It's not what you get, it's who you become in the process. You learn to think calmly under pressure, to delay gratification, to turn fear into data, to see opportunity where others see risk. And when you reach that level, you realize wealth was never about money at all. It was about awareness, discipline, control. Money follows the mind that knows its value. So stop chasing currency, start cultivating character. Because once you master yourself, the world follows your frequency. Welcome to DarkWealth Insights, where knowledge becomes power, and power becomes peace. Subscribe for more.